Hi, good afternoon. This is Ashok from Data Center Automation team, and I would like to show a few workflows what we did in the data center automation. First of all, we have did an integration of the virtual machine vCenter virtual center integration, and later on we did the provision of the virtual machines. So in order to do that, first we need to have a special agent that is called as a vCenter RSCD agent. This has to be installed on the target machine, and that can be done using network shell. Okay, this is how. So we need to go to the network shell and we need to do the licensing part. See, the first one, it states 8.1.0.295. This is a normal RSCD agent, and in order to install the vCenter, we need to have a separate RSCD agent that is called as vCenter RSCD agent. So we have installed the vCenter RSCD agent on the target machine. Once this is done, then what we have to do is we need to add a server. This can be done like clicking on the all servers and click on the add server, and we can give the IP address or the host name of that particular target server, and we can click on this verify button where it shows whether the agent is installed or whether the agent is live or not. See, for example, in our case, if I type vCenter here, and if I click on this verify server, it is just checking whether this RSCD agent installed on this vCenter or not. Now you can see prior to this it was showing the agent is not installed, but after doing the licensing part from the network shell, now the agent status shows as agent is live. Now I'm not going to click on the next one because this is already has been added in this servers list. Okay, once this is added onto the server, then we need to do the integration part. So for this we have to go to the configuration, and from there we need to click on the property dictionary view. Okay, once this is done, we need to set certain properties of this server. Like I double clicked on it to expand it. Okay, then we need to go to the built-in property classes, and here we need to set the properties like the connection properties. Double click on the connection, go to the instances. Here automatically it is created, but normally we have to create it by clicking on this plus button, and we can set the properties of this particular target server. See, the properties, like first of all we need to set the URL. What exactly is the URL that we are trying to set, and we have to create a username and password for this, like the username here and the password here. Normally the password is an encrypted format. So once that is created, it looks like okay, the properties what we set here, it looks like this. So let me expand this for you. Okay, see here we have set the URL as HTTPS followed by the target server IP and /SDK/. This is the convention that we need to use for setting up the URL, and we need to set the username and also the password, and we need to make sure that the domain is also listed. We need to give the value of the domain as well. In our case, we have set the connection user as Kshitij.desai, and the password as some password. And once the domain, and the domain is like UCS Bank 6, which is located in Bank 6, and the domain name is like this. Once we click on this OK button, this password will be in an encrypted format. Okay, once these connection properties are set, then we need to, okay, let me close this. Now this part is done. The properties have been set. Need to go to, then we need to create a job to integrate the vCenter. So for this, what we need to do is we need to create a separate job, like right click on the job, new, and give some name. Here in this case we have created as distribute config objects. Okay, let me show live on this. I clicked on job folder. I created some name as, say, suppose distribute conf object. Okay, and it should be a member of the jobs. So I clicked on next. And this is all about the authorization of that particular folder. Dot star is nothing but the rule, like BL admin will be having full access for this particular folder. Okay, and then we need to click on finish. Once the job is created, then we need to right click on that. Okay, need to go to the administrative task and click on the job what we have created, like distribute configuration objects. Once you click on this, a new window comes up where we need to fill the details of this particular job. Let's say, suppose I've given some name as Ashok. Need to save that in a particular location. So say, suppose I'll keep this location as usual here. Then we need to click on next. Here, this is the important configuration step where we need to select the vCenter. For this, we need to go to global configuration objects. And here we can see a VMware vCenter and the version. What we need to do is we need to move this particular object from the source to the selected configuration objects. Say, suppose here we need to click on this. Once this has been moved to the selected configuration objects, then we need to click on next. And here we need to select the target server where we want to deploy this vCenter. Okay, here our target server is vCenter. So click on this vCenter and move it here and click on next and then finish. So once the job is done, okay, let me show. Okay, let me proceed with the further steps. This is just a notification where we can send an email notification to some authorized persons or to anyone. Suppose if the job is failed, we can even send an email notification if we click on this list failed servers email notification. Okay, by that, as of now, I'm not selecting anything. I'm just clicking on the next button, and here it comes up with a new pop-up window where we need to check the execute job now button. So once you click on this, click on the next, the job will be executed. These are the general properties about it. It's about the authorization, and it's about the click on finish. Now the job Ashok is created here. Then we can go and click on the show results. So already it has been done prior to this, so that is the reason it is coming up with a warning. Now after this, we can cross check whether this particular job is successfully created. Once it is created, this particular vCenter, when we double click on it, the live environment, live browse environment, we should be able to see with the child nodes. So in our case, Let's click on this vCenter. Okay, this is the live environment where we can see the VMware vCenter job that what we have created just now. It should show the child node elements on this particular one. Yes, we can see the child node elements. Okay, and now the integration is completed. Now we want to check whether provision of VM is done or not. So for that, we need to go to the depot folder. We need to create a separate folder called, as say in our case we have created a folder by name VM provisioning. Okay, in that we need to just let me show a small sample of this. Okay, here in the VM provision already I have created, so that is the reason I don't want to create it again. So I'll just show you what exactly we did. I created a folder by name VM provisioning, and under this I'm creating a guest package called as a virtual guest package, and I need to select the server. See, in this case I right clicked on VM provisioning, went to virtual guest package and selected the VMware. Here we need to give the name of this virtual machine. Let's say test VM1, and we can give some description to easily identify, and the member of the package is created in depot folder, as we all know. So this is where we need to create the member of, and we have a virtual guest package type. Here we will be having two types of options, whether we want to create a VMware virtual machine directly or whether we want to create a virtual machine using a template. So in our case I have selected the virtual machine and clicked on next, and this is just the authorization window. Clicked on finish. Go to the new job what we have created. See, and these are all the different options on the right hand side. Suppose if you want to create an operating system other than Windows, there is an option drop down button where we can select what kind of operating system we want to install. Say in our case we have selected Windows, but we do have other options like Linux, Solaris, and other kind of operating systems. So I have not selected anything as of now. Okay, then go to this. Okay, then we need to go to the job what we have created here in the package what we have created. Then we need to deploy this particular package onto the target server. So click on this deploy virtual guest package, give some name, and this particular job will be saved in a location like jobs virtualization. When you click on next, just click on this, go to the live node environment, I'm just browsing to that particular ESX host where we will be deploying this. Here we are facing some problem here, so we are trying to find out the solution for this. But in the meantime, we have already completed this VM provisioning on the ATL lab. I can show you what are the remaining steps from this step. Normally it should look like say from there I'll show. Normally when I browsed through the all servers, when I went to this particular vCenter, we are supposed to see this ESX host in the ATL lab 10.1.168.175 is the ESX host, but in the UCS lab that we were not able to see the ESX host. Once we were able to see this ESX host, we need to select this, click on OK, go to the next machine and give some name of the virtual machine. And we need to select the data store where we have selected this. Once this is selected, we can select the operating system type. If it is Microsoft Windows, then we can select this operating system as Microsoft Windows and follow the remaining steps, like click on next. These are all the general steps. Once that is done, we can even set the network properties. Select the appropriate network here and execute the job now. Once the job is executed, we can see the status. Say here in this case it is status, the status is running. We have selected the data store 1 as the location of the data store. Once that you can see the Bladelogic man is running here. Once this is done, it should come up with a plus green button. Here it clearly states that the virtual machine is created successfully. Then in order to cross-check this, we need to go to the vSphere and check whether the newly created virtual machine, say in our case, we have used a name called as pro_ms-dos. We need to check this under DCA team after the job success. So this is how normally the virtualization and the VM provisioning is done on this. So this is the normal procedure. So what we did on the ATL, and as well as we followed the same kind of steps in the UCS, but somehow we are facing some problem on this, maybe a compatibility issue. So we are looking into it. Probably I will come up with a solution very soon. Once that is done, then it will not be a problem. We can do any kind of VM provisioning. So thank you, and thanks a lot. If you have any queries, then we can discuss on this in the Team Connect meeting. Thanks a lot. Well, thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.